Hey now, Mando! Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show to break down all the Easter eggs and Star Wars references found in the Mandalorian, the Gunslinger, aka S1E5. This episode was packed full of goodies thanks to a return to Tatooine, so wish me luck, I'm sure I missed a few. Up first, we have a reference to the show itself when the hunter trying to shoot down Mando uses his own line about bringing bounties in hot or cold, which Mando didn't appreciate him using. We could technically count 3 Easter eggs in this next series of events, because we learned that Mando plans to land on Tatooine, in particular at Mos Eisley, and the cherry on top is that we see him buzz the ridge Kenobi and Skywalker were on when old Ben explained that Mos Eisley is a place for shitheads. Epic series of eggs and references. Now this next egg would have been even sweeter if the docking bay Mando landed in was 94, but either way, the hangar looks just like the one Han used for the Falcon in Star Wars. Immediately after Mando lands, we get our next egg in the form of a pit droid crew in the hangar. Yes, those lovable little troublemakers from TPN are still ticking. As Pelly the mechanic looks over Mando's ship, she mentions that there's a lot of carbon scoring due to his dogfight, which is the same line Luke uses when cleaning R2 in Lars's shop. Later on in the episode, we return to Pelly's hangar and see her playing Sabacc with the droids, which is a game that scored Han the Falcon in Solo. Okay, this next one could be a stretch, but I swear I heard Baby Yoda make a crate dragon yell when he woke up by himself on the ship and got pissed AF, and it sounded very similar to what Kenobi did in Star Wars when he chased away some raiders. Alright, up next we see a Treadwell droid as Mando enters the cantina, and these guys were first seen in a deleted scene from Star Wars, or on Instagram if you're a toy collector and know Figureworks. And now we come to the most famous cantina in all of Star Wars, Chalum's, which is now ironically ran by droids and has droids in the bar. So much for rules. As expected, the cantina was ripe with eggs, starting with the bartender, which looks like our buddy EV9D9 from Jabba's palace. We then see another familiar face in the form of the one and only R5-D4. Yes, the exact same one who blew his motivator in Star Wars. Apparently he got his shit together, but is now a drunk that hangs out at the cantina all day long. The cantina is not done yet giving us items of note, because as we meet new bounty hunter Toro Calican, he's sitting in Han's booth. You know, the whole McClunky Gate scenario. We get 2 more references during this cantina scene, with the first being Toro's mention of the Dune Sea, and then the second being Mando's mention of the Hutts when discussing how deadly Fennec Shand is. Up next, we see some swoop bikes that Toro procured, and they're similar to the model Anakin used to find his mom and murder some sand people. We get another franchise reference as Mando's poking fun at the bikes when Toro mentions that they're not on Corellia, the planet that makes badass vehicles. The next egg is about as obvious as it gets, and it's the appearance of Banthas and Tusken Raiders, who give the Mando a reason to pause. During the same scene, we get an egg in the form of Toro's binocs, which are the same ones that Luke uses on Hoth. We get another Tatooine-infused egg as the hunters stalk their prey when they come upon a dewback, with a dead dude behind it. Poor lost dewback. Phew. You still engaged? We have more to go. Alright, we get a fun reference to Tatooine's twin sons when Toro wakes Mando by telling him the suns, as in plural, are down. The next one is an Easter egg and solid reveal for the show itself, because we finally learn through Fennec Shand that the Bounty Hunter Guild / Mando hideout planet is called Navarro, so we finally get some insights into that world. After Mando and Toro capture Fennec, they hash out a plan to get her back, and Mando drops an iconic line when he tells Toro that she'll be no good to us dead, mimicking a similar complaint Boba levied against Vader in Empire. Another Tatooine reference is dropped next when Fennec mentions she has to go to Mos Espa, which is the spaceport featured in The Phantom Menace. Finally, we get one last Tatooine location reference when Pelly tells her droids to take Toro's body to Beggar's Canyon, the same canyon featured during the pod race in TPM and where Luke liked to murder womp rats. Man, what a fun episode of eggs and references, but I'm sure I missed a few, so leave a comment below to yell at me. Keep in mind, I leave out items we've already covered in other episodes, but that's not to say I didn't miss a big one, because I still hate myself for blowing the Bosk rifle egg from last week's episode. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subbing to our YouTube channel. We'd also love for you to join in with our weekly Star Wars podcast. So use the links in this video's description, blah, 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 or head to StarWarsTime.net to subscribe to the platform of your choice. There's always time for Star Wars time. And remember, if you listen to the Star Wars Time show, the Force will be with you, always.